Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Day 4 of Go English, 30 Days to Build Your English Identity. I'm Mizu.
And I'm Lucas. It's so good to have you back with us. Hey, Mizu, how's your morning been so far?
Pretty good, actually. Nothing exciting. Just the usual. Made some coffee, answered a few messages, and came here. How about you?
Almost exactly the same. A pretty ordinary morning. And you know what's funny? Sometimes I think those ordinary mornings say a lot more about us than the exciting ones.
I know what you mean. When nothing special is happening, you're just being yourself.
Exactly. Imagine someone quietly followed you for just one completely normal day. Not your birthday, not your vacation, not even your best day. Just an ordinary Tuesday. What do you think they'd learn about you?
That's actually a really interesting thought. Because they wouldn't hear my opinions, they wouldn't read my social media, they'd simply watch how I spend my time.
Right. They'd notice what time you wake up, whether you rush through breakfast, how you treat the people around you, what you do when you're tired. And honestly, those little moments might tell them more about you than any introduction ever could.
You know, I think we often believe our identity comes from big dreams or huge life-changing decisions. But I don't think that's the whole story.
Me neither. I think it grows much more quietly than that. One habit, one routine, one ordinary day at a time.
The coffee you make every morning, the people you choose to spend time with, the books you read, the walks you take, even those tiny choices nobody else notices.
Yeah, because every ordinary day leaves a small mark on the person we're becoming.
And that's why today's lesson isn't really just about daily routines. It's about discovering who you are through the way you live each day.
We'll listen, we'll reflect, we'll organize our ideas, and then we'll learn how to talk about our own lives in natural English.
Remember, we're not here to memorize someone else's answers.
We're here to discover our own voice and build our own English identity.
All right, let's get started.
All right. Before we learn any English today, let's do something a little different. For the next minute or two, don't think about English. Think about your life.
Exactly. And don't think about your perfect day or the day you wished you'd had. Just think about yesterday, a completely ordinary day. Take a second and replay it in your mind.
Got it? All right. Let's start at the beginning. What was the very first thing you did after you woke up? Did you jump right out of bed? Or did you hit the snooze button a few times? No judgment. I think we've all done that.
More than a few times, Lucas, especially on Mondays. But what about you, everyone? What was your morning like?
Did you make breakfast? Grab a quick cup of coffee? Rush out the door? Or maybe your morning was nice and slow. Whatever it looked like, that was your morning. That was part of your story.
Now keep the day going. What happened next? Did you go to work, go to school, stay at home, take care of your family, meet up with friends, or spend the afternoon studying?
And if your day looked completely different, that's okay too. There isn't a right answer here. Everyone's day tells a different story.
Then evening arrived. How did you spend it? Maybe you cooked dinner, maybe you watched your favorite show, maybe you went for a walk. Or maybe you were so tired you just wanted to lie down and do absolutely nothing. Honestly, some days are simply like that.
I know exactly what you mean. Sometimes doing nothing is the best part of the day. Now think about just one small moment from yesterday. Nothing big, nothing dramatic. Maybe it was your first sip of coffee, a funny conversation, a quiet walk, or simply getting home after a long day. What was your favorite moment?
Did you think of one? Good. Now, let's fast forward to the end of the day. You turned off the lights, closed your eyes, and your head finally touched the pillow. At that moment, how did you feel? Were you happy with the day you had? Or did you wish something had gone differently? Just be honest with yourself.
And here's the important part. Don't worry about using English yet. Don't think about grammar. Don't try to build perfect sentences. Not today.
Because today, we're not learning how to describe someone else's daily routine. We're learning how to tell our own story.
The story of an ordinary day. Because ordinary days are what shape who we are.
And that's exactly where your English identity begins. Lucas, can I ask you something?
Of course, what's up?
Are you one of those people who jumps out of bed as soon as the alarm rings? Or do you hit the snooze button?
Oh, I wish I could say I'd jump out of bed. But honestly, the snooze button and I are very good friends.
I knew it. You don't seem like a morning person.
Hey, that's not completely true. Give me maybe 15 minutes and 1 cup of coffee, then I'm a totally different person.
Fair enough. I'm actually the opposite. I really enjoy quiet mornings. I usually wake up, make some coffee, open the windows, and just enjoy the silence for a few minutes.
See, Mizu, that's something I've always admired about you. You never seem to rush.
Oh, trust me. Sometimes I'm rushing on the inside. I just try not to show it.
So once your day gets started, are you usually busy?
Pretty busy. Some days fly by before I even notice, but I actually enjoy that. It makes the day feel meaningful. What about you, Lucas?
Yeah, me too. Most of my day is spent working, planning lessons, talking to people. There's always something to do. But you know what? I don't really mind.
Really? Even on those super busy days?
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I'm exhausted, but when I know I've done something useful, it feels worth it.
I know exactly what you mean. Being tired isn't always a bad thing. Sometimes it's the kind of tired that makes you smile.
Exactly. That's the perfect way to describe it. Hey, can I ask you another question?
Go ahead.
What's your favorite part of the day?
Definitely the morning. Everything feels fresh. Like I have another chance to do something good today.
I like that. For me, it's the evening.
Really? Why the evening?
Because everything finally slows down. I can cook dinner, watch something funny, read a few pages of a book, or sometimes just sit there and do absolutely nothing.
Honestly, doing nothing is underrated.
It really is. Sometimes doing nothing is exactly what we need.
You know, Lucas, when I think about it, my routine isn't very exciting. It's actually pretty ordinary.
Mine too. But maybe that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, because when you look a little closer, those ordinary little moments, morning coffee, work, dinner, a quiet evening, they're kind of what life is made of.
So right. And I guess our routines don't just fill our days, they quietly shape the people we become.
Exactly. And maybe that's why talking about our daily routine is really another way of talking about ourselves. Lucas, can I tell you something?
Uh-oh. That usually means a story's coming. What's on your mind?
Did you notice we just talked about our whole day and we didn't use any difficult English?
You're right. Not once did I stop and think, wow, that's a complicated sentence.
Exactly. Real conversations usually aren't like that. People don't use fancy English all the time. They use simple little building blocks, again and again and again.
Oh, I like that. Building blocks, not grammar rules.
Exactly. So let's collect a few of those building blocks together. Starting the day.
When we started talking, I didn't say, I awaken at 7 o'clock. Nobody talks like that.
Please don't. It sounds like you're in a fairy tale.
Exactly. Instead, we naturally said things like, my day usually starts. The first thing I do is, I usually.
Those little expressions work almost every time. Just change what comes after them. Morning routine. Lucas, I remember you said, I make a cup of coffee.
Yeah. And you said, I open the windows.
Right. We also said, I get ready, I head to work, I spend a few quiet minutes.
See? They're simple, but they sound exactly like real life.
Work, study.
Then we started talking about work, and neither of us gave a long explanation.
Nope. We just said, I spend most of my day, I'm usually busy, I work, I study.
Honestly, that's enough for most conversations. People don't expect a 5-minute speech.
Exactly, unless they accidentally ask a teacher. Evening routine. I noticed something else. When we talked about the evening, we weren't listing activities, we were telling little stories.
That's true. Instead of saying, I eat dinner, I watch TV, I sleep, we naturally said, in the evening, I like winding down by, after work.
Winding down. I love that expression. It sounds so cozy.
It really does. It's one of those phrases native speakers use all the time.
Favorite moment.
Hey, Mizu, I still remember your answer. Your favorite part of the day is the morning.
Yup. What about yours?
Still the evening. Nothing has changed in the last 5 minutes.
See? You don't need a complicated answer. You can simply say, my favorite part of the day is... I always look forward to... The best part is...
Short, natural, easy to remember.
And this might be my favorite group, because this is where your personality starts to show.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. Instead of just saying what you do, talk about how you feel.
Exactly. You can say things like, it helps me, it makes me feel, I'm happy with, I'd like to change, it reminds me to.
Those little endings completely change the conversation. You're not just sharing information anymore, you're sharing yourself.
And honestly, that's what people usually remember, not what time you wake up, not how many hours you work. They remember how your story made them feel.
That's such a good point, Mizu. And the nice thing is, you don't need difficult English to do that. Just a few simple building blocks. And a story that's truly yours.
Mizu, can I be honest?
Uh-oh. That usually means you're about to confess something. Go on.
When someone asks me, so what's a normal daylight for you? My brain suddenly goes,
Lucas, you're an English teacher.
I know, but that's exactly my point. Even in our own language, sometimes we don't know where to start.
That's so true. It's not because we don't have the words. We just don't know how to organize our thoughts.
Exactly. Then we end up saying things like, I wake up, I work, I eat, I sleep, and that's it.
Well, technically, that's your day, but it doesn't sound much like a story, does it?
Not really. It sounds more like I'm reading my phone calendar.
So here's something that really helps. Don't think about answering 6 different questions. Imagine you're chatting with a friend. They ask, so, what does a normal day look like for you? And you simply tell the story from beginning to end.
Oh, so I don't have to remember 6 answers?
Exactly. Just follow your day. Start with your morning. What time do you usually wake up? What's the first thing you do?
Then keep the story moving. Talk about what fills most of your day. Maybe it's work, maybe it's school, maybe you're taking care of your family, whatever your life looks like.
Right. And after that, bring us into your evening. What do you usually do when the day slows down? How do you relax?
And don't forget my favorite part,
Oh, what's that?
the little detail that makes your story yours. Maybe your favorite part of the day is your morning coffee. Maybe it's cooking dinner. Maybe it's finally getting into bed after a long day. Those little moments make people connect with you.
I love that because that's what real conversations are like. People aren't trying to give perfect answers. They're sharing little pieces of their lives.
Exactly. And before you finish, take one more small step. Don't stop at, this is my routine. Tell people how you feel about it.
Maybe you love your routine. Maybe you're trying to change it. Maybe you're grateful for it. Or maybe you're still figuring things out. All of those answers are real.
You know what I noticed, Mizu?
What?
We're not really describing a schedule anymore.
No, we're telling the story of an ordinary day that quietly says something about who we are.
And honestly, that's a much more interesting conversation than, I wake up at 7.
I couldn't agree more. Lucas, can I challenge you?
Should I be worried?
Maybe just a little. I'm going to give you a very simple sentence. Your job is to make it sound more like you.
Oh, I like this game. Let's do it.
Okay, first one. I wake up at 7.
Well, that's true, but it's also kind of boring.
Exactly. It tells me what you do, but it doesn't tell me anything about you.
So I'd probably say, I like waking up early because quiet mornings help me think clearly.
See? Now I can actually imagine you. That one little reason makes such a big difference.
All right, Mizu, my turn. I work all day.
That sounds a little dramatic. Do you ever take a break?
Sometimes, I think.
I'd say I spend most of my day helping people learn, and that's something I really enjoy.
Oh, I love that. Now it doesn't just tell people what your job is, it tells them why it matters to you.
Next one. I watch TV.
Whoa, that could describe almost everyone on the planet.
Exactly. Let's make it a little more personal.
How about, in the evening, I like watching something light because it helps me relax after a busy day.
Now I know when you do it, why you do it, and even a little bit about your personality.
Okay, Mizu, my favorite time is dinner.
That's nice, but tell me more. Don't leave me hanging.
Exactly. Give people a reason to connect with you.
I'd say my favorite part of the day is dinner because it's the one moment when my whole family is together.
Aw, see? Now it's not really about dinner anymore. It's about family.
Last one. I'm happy.
That's a good start. But happy why?
Exactly. Maybe something like, I'm happy with my routine because it reflects what's important to me.
Ooh, I really like that one because it doesn't sound perfect. It sounds honest.
You know what's interesting, Lucas? None of these upgrades use difficult vocabulary.
You're right. They're still simple. We've just added one more piece of the story, a reason, a feeling, or a little detail.
Exactly. And those little details are what make people lean in and think, oh, now I understand you.
People rarely remember the fact that you wake up at 7, but they do remember that you love quiet mornings, or that dinner is special because it's time with your family.
That's the difference. Facts tell people what you do. Feelings tell people who you are.
And that's what makes your English sound personal. Not because it's more difficult, but because it sounds more like you.
Hey, Lucas. Can I ask you another question?
Sure, go for it.
Do you think a daily routine is just a schedule, or does it say something about who we are?
A few years ago, I would have said it's just a schedule. Wake up, go to work, come home, sleep. That's it.
Really?
Yeah. But now I don't think so anymore.
Why not?
Because when I look at my own routine, I start noticing patterns, and those patterns tell a story.
What kind of story?
Well, I almost always go for a walk in the morning. Not because I have to, because I enjoy having a quiet moment before the day gets busy. I guess that says I need a little peace before I can focus.
I like that. It's not really about the walk, it's about what the walk means to you.
Exactly. What about you, Mizu?
Every evening, I try to put my phone away while I'm having dinner with my family.
Every evening?
Well, most evenings. I'm not perfect.
Fair enough. None of us are. But that habit tells me something.
Like what?
That the people around you matter. You choose to give them your attention. That's one of your priorities.
I never thought about it that way. It's such a small habit, but maybe it does say something about me.
Exactly. And that's what we're talking about today. A habit isn't just something you do. It's often a reflection of what matters to you.
Maybe you wake up early every day. That might mean you're disciplined. Or maybe you stay up late because you're working on something you care about. That could mean you're passionate.
Maybe you call your parents every weekend. Maybe you always make time to exercise. Maybe you read before bed. Maybe you're learning English for 20 minutes every night. None of those habits are random.
Each one tells a little story, and when you put those stories together, they become part of your identity.
That's why when someone asks, "So, what's your daily routine like?" don't stop at the facts. Don't just say, "I wake up at 7, I go to work, I have dinner." Go one step further. Tell people why those moments matter to you.
Because that's when your English starts sounding like you. Not a textbook, not a memorized answer. You.
So here's something to think about. When you look at your routine, what does it say about the person you're becoming?
Take a moment. Think about one habit you repeat almost every day. Then ask yourself, why is that habit important to me? Your answer might tell you something new about yourself.
All right, Mizu. We've talked about our routines. Now it's your turn.
Don't worry about speaking perfectly. Seriously, we're just having a conversation. That's all.
Let's warm up first. Just listen and repeat after us. No pressure, just copy the rhythm.
Ready? Here we go. My day usually starts around. I spend most of my day. In the evening, I usually. My favorite part of the day is. I'm happy with my routine because.
Nice. Don't worry if it wasn't perfect. You're training your ears and your mouth. That's how natural speaking begins.
Okay, now let's make those sentences yours. Don't repeat our answers. Use your own life.
I'll start the sentence. You finish it. Ready? My day usually starts.
The first thing I do is.
I spend most of my day.
In the evening, I usually.
The best part of my day is.
I'm happy with my routine because.
See? No two answers should sound exactly the same, because no two lives are exactly the same.
All right, Lucas. Let's pretend I'm meeting you for coffee.
Sounds good. Go ahead.
So, what does a normal day look like for you?
Oh, really? I like that. What's your favorite part of the day?
That sounds really nice. Why is that your favorite?
Interesting. Is there anything you'd like to change about your routine?
I can totally relate to that. Sometimes even a small change can make a big difference.
When someone answers you, don't just ask the next question. React first. That's what real conversations sound like.
Exactly. Here are a few natural reactions you can use. Oh, really? That sounds nice. I do something similar. I've never thought about that. Good for you. That must feel great. I love that. That's interesting. No way. Me too. I know exactly what you mean.
Those little reactions make people feel that you're really listening, not just waiting for your turn to speak.
And that's a big part of becoming a confident English speaker. You're not trying to sound perfect. You're trying to connect with people.
Because the best conversations don't sound rehearsed.
They sound real. Just like yours.
All right, Mizu. We've heard from our learners. Now it's your turn. So, what does a normal day look like for you?
Well, my day usually starts around 7. I've always loved quiet mornings. They help me wake up slowly and clear my mind before everything gets busy.
Oh, I can totally understand that. You're definitely a morning person. I'm not always there yet.
That's okay. Not everyone has to love mornings. The first thing I do is make a cup of coffee, open the windows, and enjoy a few peaceful minutes before I start working. It doesn't take long, but somehow it makes the whole day feel different.
Interesting. So it's not really about the coffee, it's about giving yourself a calm start.
Exactly. That little routine reminds me not to rush through life.
I like that. So what keeps you busy during the day?
I spend most of my day teaching English. Some days are pretty busy, but I genuinely enjoy helping people become more confident. Seeing someone say, "I finally understand," always makes me smile.
Oh, that's one of my favorite parts too. You can really tell you enjoy what you do.
I do. Of course, there are challenging days, but even then, I remind myself why I started.
Yeah, I think we all need that reminder sometimes. What about the evening? How do you usually end your day?
Nothing too exciting. I usually cook dinner, spend some time with my family, and then read a little or watch something relaxing before bed. I try not to stay on my phone too much. At least, I try.
Same here. Sometimes my phone wins.
Exactly. I'm still working on that habit.
So, what's your favorite part of the day?
Honestly, the morning. Everything feels quiet, nothing feels rushed yet. It reminds me that every day is a chance to begin again.
Wow, I really like that. Every day is a chance to begin again. That's a beautiful way to think about mornings.
Thanks, Lucas. What about you? Do you know what I noticed while talking about my routine?
What's that?
I wasn't really talking about my schedule. I was talking about the kind of person I want to become. Someone who keeps learning, someone who makes time for family, someone who enjoys the little moments instead of rushing through them.
That's such an important difference. A routine isn't just a list of things we do, it's a reflection of what matters to us.
Exactly. Looking at my routine, I think it shows that I'm someone who values learning, meaningful relationships, and personal growth. It's definitely not a perfect routine, but every day, it's helping me become the person I want to be.
And that's what makes your answer memorable. Not because your English is complicated, but because it sounds real. It sounds like you. Hey, Mizu, can I tell you something?
Of course. What is it?
When we started talking about daily routines today, I thought we'd just be talking about mornings, coffee, work, and bedtime.
Me too. But somehow it became something much bigger.
Yeah, it made me stop and think about my own life. Not just what do I do every day, but why do I keep choosing those things?
I had exactly the same feeling. When I look at my routine now, I don't just see a schedule anymore. I see little clues about what's important to me.
Like what?
Well, making time for my family, trying to keep learning, slowing down in the morning instead of rushing. None of those things seem very big, but together they say something about the kind of person I want to become.
I love that. It's funny, isn't it? Most of us think our identity changes because of one big moment, but maybe it's shaped by hundreds of tiny moments instead.
Exactly. One conversation, one habit, one choice at a time.
So, if your routine looks ordinary, don't worry. Ordinary doesn't mean unimportant. Sometimes the most ordinary habits tell the most honest story about who we are.
And maybe that's the real lesson today. Learning English isn't only about finding better words, it's also about understanding yourself a little better.
Because when you know yourself, it's much easier to talk about yourself. And that's what real communication is all about.
All right, Lucas, before we finish, I have a little challenge for everyone watching.
Ooh, I like challenges. What do we have today?
This one's really simple, but I think it's going to make you think.
Okay, I'm listening.
When you leave a comment today, don't just tell us your routine. Tell us something about yourself.
Exactly. Imagine we're all sitting together in one big conversation. We'd love to get to know you.
So here are today's 3 questions. First, how does your day usually begin? Take us into your morning.
Then, what's your favorite part of the day? What moment makes you smile or helps you relax?
And finally, what do you think your daily routine says about you? There's no right answer. We're just curious.
Maybe it says you're kind. Maybe you're curious. Maybe you're hardworking. Maybe you're someone who's still growing. Whatever your answer is, we'd love to hear it.
And don't worry about making perfect sentences. Use the English you have today. We'll build the rest together.
That's what this journey is all about. Not becoming someone else, becoming more yourself in English.
One conversation,
One habit,
one story.
one day at a time.
Thanks for spending part of your day with us.
Take care, everyone. We'll see you in the next lesson.
Bye.
Your English journey doesn't end here. Click on the next video and keep learning with us. We've carefully selected it to help you build more confidence, more fluency, and more real-world English.